Hello, this is for human resource management on backbiting in the workforce and in life. At the beginning of the video, he talks about what if the audience was told something negative about him and the effects that it would have on him as a speaker, and he would just lose credibility. And leaders are suffering from a toxic and unhealthy work environment. He addresses that problem as that pretty much exists all over in every career field, and that these professionals and people in those careers need help solving the problem from outside. And a lot of these problems were arising from a great number of employees were talking negative about their employers, or fellow employees is what I was meaning to say. So this is called backbiting, which backbiting is defined as talking negatively about a third person that is not present, which this just is pretty much bullying, and half the time it isn't even true. You don't even know it's true. It's just a rumor, and all you're doing is just belittling the person that isn't even there to defend themselves, and it's just bringing everyone down and the work environment down itself. And when he asked a crowd if they have witnessed this at work or if they're dealing with this at the moment, 90% in the crowd raised their hand. So this means that this is a real problem going on in the workforce today. And he gave us a triple filter test to determine what we can do to determine if the information we're about to receive is worthy of us even receiving it, if it'll be any beneficial to us, or if it's even true for the matter. And most people backbite to make themselves feel better and to seem interesting. It's just like a little short thrill that they get out of belittling someone and seeming funny, I guess, or like knowing that they know the insight, and it's really just wrong and morally wrong, and you just shouldn't do that about someone else. It's really, what it is it's bullying, is what you're doing. And everyone at the end of the day wants to work where backbiting isn't present. He also told us how we can prevent it from. He told us that we could have the employer could have all the employees come into a room and ask them if this is present, and then more than likely they're all going to raise their hand and tell them, define it, give them a definition of it, and then put on a piece of paper saying that they're not going to do it and how well, and put it on a board, and then every week ask all the employees how well the company's doing in this manner, and apparently it will work if the employer informs the employees and tries to keep up to date with it weekly. And also, we need to be a good role model to children and don't talk negatively about the person who is not there. This just goes to show that that is not welcome in our society and in our household, and we need to inspire our youth to act differently and be raised differently, to not talk negatively about others. Because some people have just known that their whole life. They've grown up with parents that all they do is just talk trash about other people, their fellow work employees, their mother-in-law, and just other things around, that it just has negative impacts on everyone else around it, because then they think it's okay to talk bad about other people. And then, what stage of life do I think people are conditioned to think backbiting is okay? Like I said, I think it just depends on the person, but I think we need to focus on our children, because, I mean, children are going to think it is okay to backbite if their parents are doing it. and they won't really know the difference between right and wrong, because at the end of the day they are just children and they're still trying to decipher right from wrong. So it's important to encourage our youth to not do that from us being a leader. But as people get older, I feel like when they're around other people that do it, they are encouraged to do it themselves, to make themselves feel better and to fit in. And like I said, I think it just matters from person to person. There's no specific stage of life, of what is, people are conditioned to think backbiting is okay. I just think it all matters between the person deciphering right from wrong and who they are morally. And how does it currently affect me? I feel like I could say that I'm affected by it on our football team, when people are talking badly about one another. And I mean, I can personally probably say that I've done it too. I know that I have. And people blaming other people for not doing their job on and off the field. And sometimes it's rumor, sometimes it's not, but it's still not the right thing to do. And I think we need to hold each other accountable, but at the same time do it in a positive manner on the football team and try to encourage one another. I just feel like at the end of the day, though, it affects us negatively and it brings our morale down, and it doesn't make us bond as one unit, one team. And I've also seen this as when I worked in a factory over the last couple summers, that people just talk crap about one another when the other ones aren't around because they mess up or they do something foolish. And then half the time the people that are receiving the message don't know if it's true or not. They could have made it up, but they just laugh about it, and then they probably say something back to them about the other person that's not there. And it just leads to a terrible work environment, a toxic work environment, and we're just bullying one another. And it brings down productivity in the workforce, and it just brings the morale of people's mentally down because they're getting bullied or so it's just wrong to do. I liked the video. I liked how it was short, but he definitely got to his points, and he had a couple jokes in there. And I definitely this is one of my favorite videos because it was only 8 minutes long, and I felt like he got right to his points right there and very deliberately, and he got his points across, and he talked very efficiently, and I liked him as a speaker. So thank you for your time. Until next time.